The horrifying story of young Gen Ace and Julio Folio isn't just another rap rivalry.
They tore up his grave, they spit on his grave, they urinated on his...
It's a chilling saga of violence, revenge, and a cycle of destruction that has left an entire city scarred.
Being kidnapped like a little baby, like a little boy. They found him. Boom.
What started as tension between two groups spiraled into something far darker. Kidnappings, executions, and even the unthinkable, mocking the dead by desecrating their graves. In the streets of Jacksonville, these weren't just rappers. They became symbols of something more sinister. Leaders of rival factions, ATK and KTA, both sides earned reputations that went far beyond music. To many, they weren't just artists. They were demon rappers, figures tied to a wave of bloodshed that seemed never-ending. Bodies kept dropping. The rivalry intensified with every passing month. But beneath the surface, the story ran deeper than headlines and diss tracks. This wasn't just beef. It was a war rooted in years of pain, retaliation, and loss. To understand just how dark things got, you have to go back to one of the most disturbing cases tied to this feud. On July 11, 2018, 18-year-old Corbin Odell Johnson was just living his life, hopeful, focused, trying to build a future. That afternoon, he FaceTimed friends, telling them he had a job interview lined up. He sounded optimistic, normal, like any young man trying to make something of himself. None of them knew it would be the last time they would ever see him alive. His father, Corey Mormon, had spent the day helping his son chase opportunities, dropping him off at interviews, picking him up, making sure he stayed on track. Later that evening, Corbin was taken to his mother's home. Everything seemed routine. By 9:30 p.m., that routine ended. The next morning, when his father texted him and got no reply, something didn't feel right. Hours passed, then days. Panic slowly replaced hope. By July 13th, the family reported him missing, and the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office launched an investigation. But nothing came back. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and months turned into a full year of painful uncertainty. A family stuck in limbo. No answers, no closure, just silence. Then, almost exactly 1 year later, fate delivered a devastating truth. On July 11, 2019, a man clearing land made a gruesome discovery. Human remains buried and wrapped. It was Corbin. What had been a missing person case turned into a confirmed murder. A life full of potential, reduced to a tragic ending hidden beneath the ground. And what made it even darker, what shocked the city even more, was what came next. Instead of silence or respect, Julio Folio allegedly took to social media and mocked Corbin after the discovery. For many, it was incomprehensible. But in the world of this feud, disrespect didn't end with death. It often began there. To understand why, you have to look at what happened just months earlier. The killing of 16-year-old Adrian "Bibby" Gaynor Jr., a teenager, a student, a kid with his whole life ahead of him. On February 25, 2019, Bibby was at the Hilltop Village Apartments when violence found him. What followed was brutal. Witnesses described him being chased, desperately trying to escape as gunfire erupted. Shell casings littered the ground, marking every step of his final moments. He fell, tried to protect himself, tried to survive, but it wasn't enough. According to reports, Hakeem Queso Robinson, an ATK affiliate, approached him and delivered the fatal shots, including one to the back of the head. It was execution style, cold, calculated. And just like Corbin's case, the violence didn't end there. Social media became a battlefield. Allegedly, Queso posted content bragging about the killing. Even worse, reports claimed that Bibby's grave was later disrespected, his memory attacked, his family targeted. This wasn't just violence, it was psychological warfare. Two sides, both leaving devastation in their wake. ATK and KTA, two groups built from the remnants of older street alliances, rose to power in Jacksonville, each controlling different parts of the city. What began as local tensions eventually exploded into a full-scale war. Young Gen Ace rose through the ranks not just with music, but influence, his voice becoming an anthem for those around him.
And Corbin, they let Corbin get kidnapped, man. That's crazy, man. The Corbin. Like this stupid kid now. They found bones. You get kidnapped like a little baby, like a little boy.
Meanwhile, Julio Folio, shaped by loss and trauma, built KTA into a force driven by loyalty and revenge. The city became divided, east and west, north and south. Every move, every post, every song carried weight. And the spark that ignited everything? A moment of disrespect. Back in 2015, during a concert, members of both sides attempted a truce, a handshake, a chance to end things before they escalated. But one refusal changed everything. A fight broke out, shots followed, and soon after, the first major killing tied to the feud shocked the city: the murder of Zion Brown. A home invasion, a broken glass door, children waking up to chaos, a gunman stepping inside. No hesitation, no mercy. Shots rang out in a living room filled with fear. A teenage girl injured, a child wounded. Zion Brown killed. And just like that, there was no going back. What followed was a chain reaction: arrests, retaliation, families forced to relocate, and a war that would only grow more violent. By the time 2017 came and went, both sides had lost people. Both sides wanted revenge. And behind the scenes, KTA was planning something bigger, not just another hit. They wanted the biggest target of all, young Gen Ace. By June of 2018, the tension between Julio and young Gen Ace had already reached a boiling point. The streets were on edge, alliances were tightening, and retaliation felt inevitable. Just days before everything would spiral into tragedy, Ace posted a photo on social media, an image that, at the time, seemed like just another flex, but the caption carried a darker tone, almost like a warning. What no one realized then was how close he was to death. Only a few days later, that post would feel like a haunting prelude to one of the most devastating nights in Jacksonville's recent history. It was June 5th, 2018, a warm summer evening filled with life, music, and celebration. Jacksonville's nightlife was alive, buzzing with energy as people flooded the streets, bars, and restaurants. For young Gen Ace, the night wasn't about the streets. It was about family. It was his younger brother Trayvon Bullard's birthday, a night meant for laughter, for memories, for celebration. Ace wasn't alone. With him were some of the closest people in his life: Royale, Devin Smith Jr., and Jacoby Groover. A tight-knit circle, brothers in everything but blood. They chose a familiar spot for dinner, a place where music filled the air, and for a moment, the chaos of the outside world felt distant. Inside, everything felt normal. They laughed, they ate, they celebrated. But outside, something was already in motion. After dinner, the group left the restaurant, still riding the high of the night. They got into their Chevrolet, ready to continue the celebration somewhere else. Windows down, music up. No idea they were being watched. Then, within seconds, everything changed.
Video, you see a customer leaving a store before hearing multiple shots.
Out of nowhere, another vehicle pulled up beside them. No warning, no confrontation, just gunfire. The night was shattered by the deafening sound of bullets tearing through metal and glass. The Chevrolet was instantly transformed from a car full of celebration into a death trap. Shots rang out relentlessly, each one bringing chaos closer. Inside the car, panic took over. In that moment, young Gen Ace didn't think about himself. He leaned over, instinctively, trying to shield the driver. A split-second decision driven by loyalty, by love, by survival. But it wasn't enough. The bullets didn't stop. When the gunfire finally ended, silence took its place. But it wasn't peaceful. It was heavy, final. 3 lives were gone. His brother Trayvon, his friends Devin and Jacoby, gone in seconds. Ace survived, but survival came with a cost that would never fully heal. The hospital became his next battleground, bleeding, broken, fighting for his life. But even there, the system failed him. In a shocking twist, he was reportedly removed from care due to a lack of insurance, his condition secondary to paperwork. And as if that wasn't enough, his legal troubles caught up to him immediately. Earlier that same day, the group had been seen at a gun shop. Surveillance footage surfaced, showing interactions that would later be used against him. Because of his prior case, any connection to firearms was a violation of his probation. So now, he wasn't just a victim,
He was also facing charges. Already grieving, already wounded, now facing jail. Ace turned himself in, charged with violating probation tied to a previous 2017 case. The judge denied bail, and in one of the most heartbreaking moments of all, he wasn't allowed to attend his own brother's funeral. No goodbye, no closure, just pain. But the violence didn't stop there, not even close. KTA wasn't finished. In early 2019, the war escalated again, this time targeting one of ATK's rising names, Boss Goon. It was late, around 2 a.m., when the streets near Bay Meadows Road turned into another crime scene. Earlier that night, people had gathered at Paradise Gentlemen's Club, enjoying music, drinks, and the usual nightlife energy.
His grave, they spit on his grave, they urinated on his grave, they made fun of our rallies or whatever, they made fun of us marching, they mocked us every.
Among them was Willie Addison Jr., better known as Boss Goon. Fresh out of prison, hungry to build something new, but he never got the chance. As he and his group left in a silver Chevrolet Tahoe, they had no idea they were being followed. Surveillance cameras would later reveal 2 vehicles trailing them, waiting for the right moment. Then it happened. A car pulled alongside them. Gunfire erupted. Relentless, calculated, brutal. The Tahoe was riddled with bullets as chaos exploded inside. They rushed to the hospital, hoping to save him, but it was too late. Boss Goon was pronounced dead, and the aftermath only fueled the fire further. Family members connected to ATK, including relatives of Hakeem Queso Robinson, were injured in the shooting. His own father was hit. That moment pushed things into overdrive. Now it wasn't just revenge, it was personal, and ATK responded. The cycle continued, with another name added to the growing list of victims. Rico Osama, an up-and-coming artist, a father, a man whose future had just begun. On what seemed like a normal afternoon, gunfire erupted along San Juan Avenue. Witnesses described chaos, over 30 shots fired, people running for cover, businesses being hit. Rico Osama didn't make it. His life ended in a parking lot, leaving behind a newborn child who would grow up without him. No arrests were made, no justice, just another funeral. And then came Lil Buck, another young artist, another life taken in broad daylight. At Dames Point Plaza, the sound of gunfire cut through the middle of the day. An off-duty officer witnessed the entire attack as Lil Buck was gunned down in a drive-by shooting. The suspects fled, leading police on a high-speed chase that ended in a crash. But even that didn't stop them. They ran, broke into a home, took a hostage, changed clothes, jumped fences, all to escape. Eventually, the investigation pointed back to a familiar name, Queso. Tracked down to Atlanta, arrested, and extradited back to Jacksonville. He joined others facing charges tied to the violence that had consumed the city. But even arrests didn't stop the war, because this wasn't just about individuals anymore. It was bigger than that. 2 sides, 2 leaders, Julio and young Gen Ace, both continuing to drop music, both continuing to gain attention, while the bodies kept piling up. And that's the darkest part of it all. The war became content. The pain became profit. And the question still lingers over Jacksonville like a storm cloud. Will it ever end? Or is this cycle destined to repeat itself, over and over again?